Heidi-ho, writers. Well, I did start digging into the extreme output of oil at the top end of this 93. So here's what I found. Found all kinds of goodies down here. Little extras, Christmas presents. That's pretty scarred up. It's plastic. The teeth were still intact. I then pulled the pump, turned the rear tire, and they turn. Now, I don't know about the one in the inside, so I probably should pull this apart, or I guess, you pull it apart. I don't know which side, if this one over here that goes all the way through to this gear, if that is the one if that's the pressure side, I'll have to look up, and then this side here is what brings it back, which this has a gear here and the gear you don't see. But that gear is good. Clips on. The little keyway's in there. I've tried to stop that gear from moving while I'm turning the rear tire, and no, it wants to keep going. So it's all connected. And so that's what I'll look into. The cam, and I think the one on the back, I think it's the intake. Supposed to be quite the new cam, only a couple hundred miles. Well, that don't look too good. It's a Screaming Eagle 2. This is the one that the person was told that this is the biggest cam the bottom end could handle. Well, I looked it up, and yeah, it's good. It starts making power at 3,500 RPMs. Yeah, it's great if you're at the track. There's, like I say, there's no missing teeth. Again, it's kind of scarred up, just like in the metal. Let's see. And let's see, and that's the one there. You can see it's got kind of a wear mark. So I think it's time for new lifters. A cam like a EV27. I was able to save the front two push rods, but I'm not pulling the back because this is not leaking. I hate that on a Softail. It's like you turn it this way, you turn it this way, you take a screw out, you put a screw in. Ay. This one was leaking on his, so I went ahead and pulled it off. So I saved those two. But this is what I found in the bottom end. At first I thought that was the cam bearing, but that's been replaced. It doesn't seem like it was pushed back far enough. It seems rather flush. Now, if that's okay, then that's okay. I always thought it went into the pocket a little bit. But I know you put it in till it stops. But yeah, that's all was in the bottom end. And it turns out that's the rollers for the lifter. And here's part of the lifter right there. That was in the bottom end. So when this happened, whatever happened, somebody put maybe one or two new lifters. That's what's broken, was what's left of the corner and the rollers. Somebody may have just put one lifter in and then the cam, or maybe the cam was even in prior, I don't know. So I didn't know what that piece was. Actually, my wife, Kay, I said, what do you think this is? And we looked and looked and looked around in here, and nothing looked like it was hanging anything. I mean, freestanding, hanging. Kay, she even says, well, it's kind of like an ear. I said, yeah, it's like an ear. I don't know. Until then she did take a look at the lifters, and she said, that looks like the end of the lifter, and that's what it is. So when this all happened, apparently somebody just thought they would just, I don't know, slap something else in there. And maybe they never changed the cam. They just changed one lifter. I don't know. I found it was kind of easiest at least to get this cover off, just to unbolt this and kind of push it this way. I don't know if that's right, but that's my idea, and it gives you access, and that way you can see in there. Those gears are fine. Everything I can see here is good. The gear on here for the pump is good. The gears here are good. This thing was like up to here with oil, you know. Of course, if it ain't pumping back, I mean, it's probably right up to the hole now in there. It's hard to see because it's dark, but it's probably still up to the hole. So we'll get some parts, and I guess I should probably, if anybody knows if this side here, if that's the bringing the oil back for the sump, bringing it back to the tank, if somebody knows, I'll have to look it up. But that's why I like other people's info, you know. That's why I'm on like Shovelhead for Dummies and Evo Club and Tech Club on Facebook. Facebook's kind of a, yeah, you know what Facebook, but, you know, and there's still forums out there on the internet, which is fine. I was a member, but then they get, I don't know, cliquish or something. It's really weird. You know, probably 15 years ago. I mean, you couldn't say, you know, damn, or, you know, a couple of them. Oh my God, it was like really weird, you know. And I invited a friend of mine from Thailand, and I forget what he said. Well, his name is actually Swedish, and they thought he was cussing. Harley Tech Talk, I think it was. I'm not sure. Harley Tech Talk or something. I haven't been on them. So, you know, it was like there's the upper crust guys, and then you could get these badges for some money and so forth. So even now Facebook's kind of like, you know, how it is. But, you know, it's a good place for a group or even family that want to keep connected, you know, some stuff. And, but yeah, that's what I found out. So I was expecting like the breather gear to be all sheared off or whatever, and I don't think it was timed right either. I was seeing all those parts. I made the mistake. I pulled the cam out. Oh boy. And then I, you know, I didn't see if it was indexed right, you know, the dots and so forth. And the cam is 22 thousandths out, slop, 22 thousandths. So I'm going to need, and that's probably, I forgot what size that spacer is, but I measured it. The little one in there. Got the big one with the ears and then the little one. But yeah, so it's going to need another spacer or add to that spacer. But another 10 thousandths, that's why it's right around to 10 to 12 thousandths. Because if you get too much movement, it starts interfering or something, getting that moving around too much, too close to this or something. So that's the excitement I had today. That was about it. At least I found out, you know, almost, I would say 95%. It's good we opened it up, cleaned it up. Hopefully nothing got in there, but, you know, Harley always says if something happens in here, it doesn't get in there. If it's small enough, it could, you know, work its way through between the little bearings, I assume. So, well, you have a good evening, and let's see, we're heading into Friday tomorrow, and you have a good weekend. Catch you guys later. All the guys that I watch, you know, Ed, Slick, Terry, and there's some really guys out there really working on older bikes. I like Chopper X-esque stuff. I don't think I could ride it anymore. My last one was a chopper I built for the neighbor, and I rode it around a little bit. But yeah, with my arthritis, I like the vibration, not the excessive, I guess, vibration. So, I mean, it feels good to me with my arthritis because I got two of the worst kind. I'm on a malaria drug. It's called Plaquenil. You got to watch it. It has some side effects with your eyes. but it's for inflammation. It's not expensive anymore. It was in '08 and '09. It got from $30 a month to 300, but it's back down now and so forth. I can afford it, and it does, make you so you're more flexible, I guess, and you don't hurt as much. So too many years of, wrenching, swinging hammers and so forth, it takes a toll. 40, I work roughly in that area, 45 years. So, well, catch you guys later. And if you got any info, like I say, I'll look it up too. But I was just curious, on the pump, which side's the go-to, which side's the return. Well, catch you guys later. Bye-bye.